So I guess this is finally it. What we all hoped would never happen. The sport's most beloved character has to let go of the fairy tale ending he and all of us hoped he would achieve. But how did this decision came about? And will we ever see the honey badger make a surprise return to the sport like the legends of old? All that in today's video. Stepping into his shoes is New Zealand's Liam Lawson, who will take the wheel for the last 6 races of the season. Ricciardo made his grand return last year in Hungary with AlphaTauri, continuing on as they transformed into Red Bull this season. He delivered some thrilling moments, scoring points 5 times and even clinching a brilliant 4th in the Miami Sprint, sitting 14th overall, just 10 points shy of teammate Yuki Tsunoda. However, his performance didn't secure him a spot in the Red Bull lineup. Last weekend's Singapore Grand Prix, where he finished 18th but snagged the fastest lap, marked his final race. What lies ahead for Ricciardo remains uncertain, but a return to the 2025 grid seems unlikely. One spot is still open at Sauber Audi, but it seems Valtteri Bottas is the frontrunner to keep his seat, with no talks involving Ricciardo at this time. This could mark the end of an incredible journey for the Australian, who has racked up 8 wins, 32 podiums, and an impressive 1,329 points over 258 Grands Prix. Spanning 14 seasons, Ricciardo's career highlights include a stellar P3 finish in the Drivers' Championship in both 2014 and 2016. He's raced for HRT, Toro Rosso, Red Bull, Renault, McLaren and RB. After announcing his departure from Red Bull, Ricciardo took to Instagram to reflect on his thrilling F1 adventure. "I've loved this sport my whole life," said Ricciardo. "It's wild and wonderful and been a journey. To the teams and individuals that have played their part, thank you. To the fans who love the sport sometimes more than me, haha, thank you. It'll always have its highs and lows, but it's been fun and truth be told, I wouldn't change it. Until the next adventure." Red Bull reserve Liam Lawson has been tapped to take over for Ricciardo for the remainder of the season, kicking off with the upcoming United States Grand Prix in Austin. This opportunity will let the team assess Lawson alongside teammate Yuki Tsunoda, who's having a standout season and is already secured for next year. "Everyone here at VCARB would like to thank Daniel for his hard work across the last 2 seasons with us," said boss Laurent Mekies. "He has brought a lot of experience and talent to the team, with a fantastic attitude, which has helped everyone to develop and foster a tight team spirit. Daniel has been a true gentleman both on and off the track, and never without that smile. He will be missed, but will always hold a special place within the Red Bull family. I'd also like to take this opportunity to welcome Liam. He already knows the team well. He drove for us last season and coped well under difficult circumstances. It's great to see young talent from within the Red Bull family make the next step. We're looking forward to getting our heads down and focusing on the rest of the season together." Daniel Ricciardo has made it clear he won't pursue a reserve driver role to extend his F1 career, feeling that age might be catching up with him. After facing the axe for a second time, he sees little chance of a comeback, especially since he's not interested in just filling a seat, which he felt he was doing at Red Bull. When directly asked about the possibility of a reserve role, he firmly stated no, before adding, "It made a lot of sense to keep one foot in the door, with the big picture to try and get back in at Red Bull. I think if I was to do that again, I'm not going to restart my career. I'm also 35. Expanding on the role his age has played in the decline of his capabilities, Ricciardo said, "I still showed the pace that I've had over the years, but it's been evident that it's been harder for me to show it every weekend. Maybe that is a little bit of an age thing. It definitely came easier for me when I was 25 as opposed to 35. But also, maybe the competition is just increasing. That's probably a common thing with all sports." Talking about F1 in particular, Ricciardo added, "The simulators are getting better, the kids are getting younger, and they have access to all onboards now, so they can watch and study everyone. So maybe it's just the levels have increased, and it's probably a tall task for me to fight at that level, week in, week out. So I can't be disappointed with that. I'm happy that once upon a time I could do it, and that was a lot of fun." Ricciardo ended the conversation that he'd want to leave the sport with happy memories, saying that consistent Q1 exits is not how he wants to remember and be remembered. If Sunday's race in Singapore was indeed the Honey Badger's last race in F1, Ricciardo at least went out on a high, securing the fastest lap of the day in the closing stages. Ricciardo's achievement also gave a boost to his former Red Bull teammate Max Verstappen, who is locked in a tight title fight with Lando Norris. Norris was poised to secure the fastest lap bonus point until Ricciardo's late surge changed the game, prompting Verstappen to send a grateful message over team radio. After Sunday's race, Ricciardo shared that he had extra motivation to make the last-minute switch to soft tyres to pull off that impressive feat. "I heard something about $3.5 million bonus for fastest lap," he told Autosport. "Red Bull was throwing some crazy number around. I had an idea, but I also thought they were just letting me have some fun because we were obviously a long way out of the points. So then yeah, at the end, the fastest lap. I'm kind of hoping Max wins by a point now, because I guaranteed myself a very nice Christmas present if so. So sorry, Lando, but I think I'd get a good Christmas present." With his favourite driver leaving the team for good, Red Bull team boss Christian Horner has made a statement giving Ricciardo his flowers for his time with the team. The decision to replace Ricciardo has brought Liam Lawson on board for the final 6 races, sparking speculation about his potential full-time seat for next year. Christian Horner's heartfelt message was shared on Instagram, which read, "From the moment you arrived at Red Bull, it was obvious you were so much more than just a driver. Your constant enthusiasm, sense of humour and attitude will leave an indelible legacy on the team here in Milton Keynes and F1 as a whole. Thank you for the wins, smiles, songs, and I wish I could say the shoeies. You will always be a special part of the Red Bull family. 8 wins, 32 podiums, 1,329 points. These statistics and accolades are not the only measure of who you are and what you have achieved. Thank you, Daniel." His former teammate, Max Verstappen, also paid tribute to the Honey Badger. Verstappen and Ricciardo were teammates at Red Bull from 2016 until Ricciardo's move to Renault at the end of 2018, followed by a stint at McLaren before his return to the Red Bull family. While Ricciardo acknowledged in Singapore that his fairy tale ending of rejoining the senior Red Bull team alongside Verstappen didn't happen, sources suggest the door isn't fully closed for him within the Red Bull pool. However, he seems uncertain about returning as a third driver. Verstappen paid tribute to their shared experiences, expressing hope that they can reflect fondly on their time in the sport together after both retire. When asked for his thoughts on Ricciardo, Verstappen replied, "He's a great guy, honestly. You know, we always had a great relationship. We had a sporting rivalry in the team. He will be remembered as a great driver, as a great person also. I think he has a great character. I think it's very rare if someone hates him. I think also in a few years' time when I won't be here anymore, we'll sit back and look back at all those years together, and we'll have a beer together." So if this is it for Daniel, what has been your favourite moment of his both on and off track? Let's chat about it in the comment section. That's it for today, so thanks for watching.